Good evening, everybody. Your governor here again at it. Happy to see you back. Today is November the 3rd. Is election day, as you know, and I'm gonna make a video based on that. I understand that there is a lot of anxiety and there is a lot of concern and worry, and it's just totally understandable. Unfortunately, we are at a point in which is is vital, whichever way we want to go. It's vital to go out and vote. I wish we could be in the old days in which voting or not didn't matter, and whoever was in the Oval Office, it didn't matter for you either, as it was for the majority of the time of the existence of this country. But a glorious times, because whoever was there was working for you and had your best interest at the center of their heart. But that changed. It's not like that anymore. You as a citizen have lost your seat in the table of government. You have no say in, except, of course, one day every 4 years, which happens to be today. And and that's so sad. That's very bad. It is vital to go out and vote, whichever way we want to go, whichever way you want to go. You can either keep moving forward with insanity and destruction is ensued, of course, or you can vote for a little bit of sanity, just a little bit, and you can buy some time before absolute, total, catastrophic destruction. Because unfortunately, there is no other way around this. We have got to the point in which there is just no salvation. There's no salvation. We can only buy time, a little bit of time at a time, to delay what is inevitable. And that is so sad. This once great nation just gone, destroyed, gone in the wind. And it's not the fault of one faction or the other one. is is the fault of everybody. We voted for this. We earned this. We keep voting for the same. We don't educate ourselves. We don't grow ourselves. We don't stop to learn and understand why things are the way they are so we can fix them. We don't look back in history and learn from it. And instead of that, we try to erase it. And that is bad. That is bad because then we don't learn. We're bound to make the same mistakes again and again and again. What I'm trying to say is that don't don't take this too hard. Whoever wins, it just doesn't matter. You're just delaying pain, or not. You're just delaying pain, or not. If Trump wins, we delay pain for a little bit longer. If the other guy wins, then pain is coming a little faster than what it is right now. But make no mistake, there is no way to avoid it. There is no way. If I were you, I would start maybe piling up some supplies, water, um, canned foods, maybe dry foods, seeds. I would start learning skills that can keep you alive in a really bad situation. It's funny, like the actual important, productive people that we have in this country that actually produce something, like farmers, to say the least, are just struggling. They're just not making anything. And the people that don't produce nothing, don't bring nothing to the table, they just speculate. I don't know, like a Wall Street guy, they are the one packing the millions. How can that be sustainable? It's funny, like actual valuable things like gold are just not worth nothing. More or less. But nothing compared to something as volatile as other commodities in the market that just are not worth nothing in reality. If I were you, because reality always catches up and the bill always comes due. Just saying that. If I were you, we're still piling some gold. My philosophical question of today is very simple. You fight hard to stop bad things from happening. And you fight and you fight and you fight and you fight. But it's overwhelming. It's just too much push. People are actually invested. The majority of the people of this country, knowing or unknowingly, are hugely invested in destroying what we have earned throughout the centuries. And that is so sad. File some gold, get some medicines, start start piling some food, learn some skills, buy your guns, be proficient at using them, and live your life the best you can. The best you can. Be as happy as you can with what you have. But you cannot be blind. You cannot be blind to the things that are coming in a rather short period of time, I would say. How fast? Oh, I don't know exactly. But all this bubble, this is unsustainable. There is no way this can be sustained. And now with this coronavirus thing, it's even worse. I mean, it was bad already, extremely bad. People don't want to know the truth. People don't want to hear the truth. And that scares politicians because politicians want to be reelected. That's why they don't say the truth. Because the truth hurts and it's bad most of the time. Let me give you some truth really quick. Maybe you can make up your own mind. Got some data here that I want to share with you. Let's see what's the trend. Between 1990 and 2019, 4-year college back in 1990s, $30,000. And this was bad already. Back in the 50s and 60s, 70s, you pay for college with the work that you did through the summer. Go figure. Try that now. I'm gonna get there in a second. I'm gonna explain why you could do that before. You cannot anymore. But and that now 4-year college degree in 2019 average price $102,000 with 480. That's roughly 3 times more. Average home price 1990s $101,000. Average home price, and this is average. Average are dangerous. This is not good numbers because they make together the cheaps and the cheap and the extremely expensive. It doesn't come out very well. Very well. It's not very reflective of reality. But this is median prices in the country. Back in those days, $101,000. Today, $294,000. 3 times more, roughly. Average price for the gallon of gas back in 1990, $1.12. And this is bad already. Back in the days, 7 cents, 8 cents, 2 cents, cents. 1990, $1.12. Today, average, $2.50. Roughly 2 times more. Everything is like multiplying, like, you know, exponentially. But let's keep reading. Raising a child. Average price for raising a child 1990. $120,000, 150. Today, well, 2019, $252,000. Once again, roughly 2 times more. If you combine this with taxing to death the people that are productive, that know how to do things, how to be productive, and you tax those people and you give money to people that are not as productive, and you get that money to them and they convert that money into having kids, then you have this less productive population disproportionately reproducing compared to the more productive part of the population reproducing. eventually you run out of. You got way too many more non-productive people than productive people, and eventually you don't have enough people to tax. That might be a little bit of a problem, I would say. Average car price, 1990. Average. This combines everything. Once again, this combines from Ferraris and Lamborghinis all the way down to Ford Pintos. $9,432. Average car price in 2019, $37,577. Once again, roughly 4 times the price. If you want to pretend that you can that you can justify this with technology, you are absolutely and totally delusional, because technology makes things cheaper, not never ever more expensive. 37,000, 9,000. But this is the most important part. Median income. Median income of any American back in 1990s, 52, $689,000. Not bad for 1990s. With $30,000 college, $101,000 price, home price, $1.12 for the gallon of gas. Not bad at all. $9,000 cars. Average. They were cheaper than that. And then they were more expensive too. Average median income 1990, once again, 52,689. Average income for an American today. Ready? 59 and $39. So you were from 1990s, 52, 2019, 59. That is not even multiplied for a factor of 1. While everything else is being multiplied for a factor of 3 and 4. No wonder why you're having a slightly hard time. There is no salvation, guys. I don't know. Maybe a miracle. But I don't see a way. I don't see a physical way. We owe too much money. Just too much money. As a country, as a private citizens, we just owe too much money. And we keep acquiring debt. How can you survive? Debt only means consumption of today at the expense of tomorrow. Where is tomorrow? There is no tomorrow. Because you eat it all. You eat it all. You eat what you had for today, you eat what you have for tomorrow, and you eat what you have for the decades to come. And the sad thing is that this is not even your fault. If you are a millennial or a Gen Z, this is the fault of very negative, very bad economic policies that were put in place before you even were born by other generations previously, especially one generation, the boomers. They are the ones who got you here where you are right now. If you are a millennial, if you are a Gen Z, they managed to suck all of their wealth, all of yours, all of the next one generation and the next ones to come, and they are still asking for more. Once again, I don't see a solution. I don't see a way to get out of this. I think we passed the point of no return already quite a while ago. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I am. Hopefully, hopefully things are gonna. Hopefully we're gonna have a miracle, some kind of miracle, and we're gonna be able to turn things around. Hopefully there is this is like mass awakening, and we can stop doing the things that we have been doing so far. But I don't see that happening. Instead of that, I see people marching, like hitting the gas and marching even faster towards destruction. So I don't know. Maybe the only way out is letting the whole thing collapse, and then maybe we can rebuild. And if you think that this is capitalism's fault, you're wrong. Because the lack of capitalism is the one that got us here. There is no capitalism anymore. It died a long time ago, back in 1970s, when the gold standard was removed. I already went over this in one of my previous videos. Governments like to bribe citizens with their own money. They give you 1,000 today, and then they charge you whatever they want tomorrow. That is not how it works. In the meantime, you have government in control of the supply of money. They can print money out of thin air. You have no capitalism. In the meantime, you have government in control of interest rates. They just manipulate like they have been doing since forever, artificially keeping interest rates low. Oh, of course, only if you are a big corporation. Because if you're just a chump, then you have to keep paying 20 something percent on the money that you borrow from any credit card company. But if you are an insurance company, or you are a bank, or you are this, or you are that, then you're fine. You get 0%. It's money for nothing. They get money at 0, they lend it to you at 20. What a great deal. Well, of course, you cannot do that as a private citizen, of course. You have to be a bank for that one, you see? Ah, my advice. In resume, let's get ready. Let's put a plan together. We're not gonna be preppers or nothing like that. It's not the end of the world. We're not Jehovah's Witnesses or nothing like that. But we have to see evidence and reason, and evidence and reason is not in front of your face. We, 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 we're way past that already. It's more like punching your teeth, and pulling them already from your dentures. Let's get ready. Civil unrest is ensued. We solved the country already. Both of them Republicans and Democrats. Both of them sold the country already. Sold to the Chinese in a big part. They section it, they chop it in very little pieces, and they sold it. There is a push to recover some of the sovereignty that we had before when it comes to be about manufacturing and buying and manufacturing things and medications or things like that. But it's really hard to reverse. Once the damage has been done, it's extremely hard to reverse. And those people that are there in government, I'm not talking about government. I mean, Donald Trump, he's kind of like the rock or the wrench in the machine that kind of broke havoc and everything is coming crashing down because of that. All that plans that they had, that all that is not in place anymore. Fortunately enough, that's what allows us to buy a little bit more time before the inevitable comes. Um, they both, Democrats and Republicans, they sold the country. They sold it off. Back in the days, people were really working for making the country better. Every person that got into office, they were looking for ways to make their life of their citizens, of their constituents, a better life. But that changed. They got comfortable. They found a boogeyman, which is communism. And don't get me wrong, that's a real deal. That's a real deal when it comes to be about boogeymans. Like, you really don't want that one. I can elaborate on that if you want me to. They just figured it out. Well, we don't have to make it good. We don't have to make it awesome. We only have to make it slightly better. Slightly, not too much. Slightly better than the people that are in those communist places. Because every time you raise your head and you open your mouth and you say, well, this is not good. This is not good enough. This is, I mean, we could have, we can have way better than this. They just point it out and say, hey, do you think this is bad? Just look at those. Just look at those people over there. And when you look at that, you say, whoa, whoa, it's not that bad over here. And you're right, it's not that bad compared to the people that live on the totalitarian regimes like Cuba, Venezuela, North Korea. So far, it's not that bad. You can still have an iPhone and go to Starbucks. Some people. But that's their boogeyman. That's the technique that they are applying right now. It doesn't have to be great. It doesn't have to be awesome. It doesn't have to be the best we can do. No, we only have to make it slightly better than these other places. Whenever whoever raise their voice and raise their head, we only point it out. Hey, look over there. The thing you have it back. Look over there. That is so negative. Because eventually, people get tired of that, and revolutions happen. So sad. So sad. Not a very uplifting video, I know. But it is. It is in a way because the main message that I want to send you today with this video is that go out, vote for whoever you think is the best choice that you have, for whoever you think is going to represent you best in your community, in your district, in your county, in your state, and in your country. Hopefully, you're using your brain and not your feelings, and you're following evidence and reason when it comes to be about voting. But if you're not, then everything is fine anyways, because once again, we are going towards the same place regardless who gets elected tonight. Buy your guns, buy your dry food, buy your canned food, buy your water, learn skills that can and will save you and let you thrive and have a beautiful life when all this nonsense collapses, because it will collapse. It just will. It's unsustainable. It was before coronavirus, and now this is the nail on the coffin. They just print out of the thin air a bunch of trillions of dollars or billions of dollars. I don't know. It's trillions actually. Like there is no recovery. There is just not recovery. Socially, the place is gone. There are no values, there are no morals. They strip down and they're still charge you with an axe to Judeo Christian values, which is what built the nation and which is what builds prosperity. They're chopping that with an axe right and left every day, mercilessly. The public school system is gone. It's fully penetrated by communists and people like extreme left and people that have no idea how things work or where things come from, and they're pumping the minds of your kids full of these nonsensical things again and again and again and again. They have full control and full attention of your kids for 8 full hours. You cannot compete with that. You see your kids maybe 3 or 4 hours a day, and if you're very, very dedicated to your kids, maybe you dedicate an hour to be with your kid and talk to him or her and go over things and educate too and do things with him or her. Against one. Like, you cannot win that battle. Of course you could if you wanted to. You could homeschool. You see, you can get your kid out of that cesspool of radical stupid ideas that would only lead to absolute and total destruction. But then you don't want to because you're lazy, and working for whichever you're working is more important than taking care of the next generation of human beings in your mind. It's so sad for you, because then when they throw you like a dog in a freaking home and they don't call and they don't get in touch with you because you did the same to them when they were younger, then you're gonna understand that it's already too late for you and you're gonna fix it. Nothing you can do about it at that point. Take this as a wake-up call. And that is gonna be it. That's gonna be it for today. Don't take this too seriously. Do the best you can with what you have. Prepare yourself for whatever. Learn skills. This is important. Learn skills, like actual productive skills that can make you survive and thrive when things hit the fan. Yes, they will. And be proficient. Be proficient using a gun. And get a real gun, by the way. Don't show up with a knife to a fire gun by fight, because you might be in a little bit of a disadvantage. Whichever guns they're gonna use to come against you, those are the guns that you need to protect yourself. Just saying. That is it for today. Not what you were expecting, not the greatest and most uplifting video, but it's just reality. It's just reality. I hope you can value that. Once again, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe parents are gonna start paying attention to the kids, and maybe they're gonna pull them out of to the public school system, and maybe they're gonna start homeschooling, and maybe they're gonna start not contributing to huge companies that they hate. Go figure. You hate a company, but you still have their app, and you keep buying from them, which give them more and more and more power. I don't get it. Like, if I don't like you, I don't do business with you. Very simple. Maybe we're gonna start saving, not saving, because that would be stupid. Inflation will kill you. But I don't know. Maybe we can start doing something that is actually sustainable and productive, and maybe we can start trading locally, and maybe we can start growing our economies organically and through banks and and debt and things like that. Maybe we can actually change, and maybe we can turn this around. It's not gonna look the way it's looking right now, because all this is like inflated and bubbles, and it's just people are broke, but banks are broke. Banks are broke. You deposit $1 in the bank, and that bank can grab that dollar, well, that certificate of deposit, and go to the Federal Reserve and say, look, I got $1 in reserve. I can print legally $10,000 per each dollar that any depositor have on my bank account. These are just like figurative numbers. It's not the actual numbers, but that's how it works. That's the fractional reserve type of system that banks are working. So they have in actual reserve from depositors, maybe just numbers, right? Maybe $20,000, and they can lend based on those $20,000, $10,000, 10,000 times more than what they actually have in reserve. That's being broke. Seriously broke right there. That means that if something goes wrong, minimal thing goes wrong, they are in the hook. And on top of that, since we don't have capitalism anymore, instead of letting those very negative financial practices fail and disappear, what we do is that we grab a bunch of money that we don't have, that taxpayer money have to pay later on down the road, and instead of giving them to taxpayers, we give them to JP Morgan and Chase and Bank of America and the other one and the other one and the other one and the other one. And we save them from their own wrongdoings. While you are being left holding the bag. Still poor with no money. No wonder why people are mad. And they want to destroy the system. Well, that is not the system. That is not capitalism. It's just not. capitalism. But everything gets, mixed up in the same bag, and now people hate everything. People hate the country. People hate capitalism. People hate it. They don't know how to differentiate. Hey, what you don't like, I don't like either, and it's not capitalism. It's not called. It's not part of capitalism. Capitalism is a system that is based on free and voluntary interactions. There is no use, there is no initiation of force. It's immoral and illegal to initiate force against anyone in capitalism. You have to be voluntary. You got all this bunch of government people running around with guns, and if you stop paying taxes, then things get interesting for you. Gun time. And that's it. That's it. 41 minutes. Man, I don't know why I cannot make a video like, I don't know, 1 minute. I'm going to start a new series I want to share with you. Your daily dose of reason. Videos under 1 minute. Maybe that would be a challenge. Maybe videos under 3 minutes. I'm going to start that one soon. I'm going to start that one tomorrow. See you tomorrow then. Have a very good one. Go out, vote, have fun, get ready, be happy, have kids, prepare, right? And everything is going to be fine. Maybe we can turn this around. Help me out.